Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Mr. Sanchez coming at you guys with another lesson for Algebra 2. Today we're going to be covering lesson 4-2 absolute value equations. And I said Algebra 2 earlier, but I meant Algebra 1. Our learning targets for today are going to be solve absolute value inequalities as well as graph solutions of absolute value inequalities, okay? Um, Something pretty straightforward that I can tell you guys is if you already know how to solve uh, absolute value equations, then there should be no problem for you. It's just going to be adding an extra step, okay? So if you remember from previous section, we're going to work on this one. Um, when solving step one, right, so the first step is isolate absolute value, right? So that's always going to be our first step. So when we look at this problem, we want to get the absolute value of 2x by itself. So that means we got to get rid of this plus 3. And so that's what we're going to do, right? So we have absolute value of 2x plus 3 greater than 9, right? So to get this absolute value part by itself, you're going to do minus 3, right? And that's going to give you absolute value of 2x greater than 6. And now step 2 is going to be determine if or and relationship. So basically, when we solve absolute value inequalities, we actually end up with what we call conjunctions or disjunctions, if you recall from the previous section, right? And the way we determine this is, and I'm gonna write this in green. If the inequality symbol, and then let me write this. If the inequality is eating the absolute value, if it eats the absolute value, you're going to get an or. You get or. If the inequality is eating the number, you get an. All right, so let's look at our problem, right? So we have this part. All right, so let's determine that. We have the absolute value of 2x is greater than 6. You'll notice this symbol is eating the absolute value part, right? So that means when we split this up, we're going to split this up, right? Because we always do that. It's just the relationship we're going to have is going to now be an or relationship, or 2x less than negative 6, okay? And then you solve both of them, right? And how do we solve this? And then step 3 would be solve both inequalities. Right, so we write it down in step by step, so you know you're gonna get. And divide both sides by 2 here. You're gonna get x is either greater than 3 or x is less than, because we divide by 2, you're gonna get x is less than negative 3. Right, and then the final step would be graph. Right, and so we just draw a number line. 0. Right. Have that, and then open circle, it's going to the right, so right, that's this part is this part, And then this part's going to go over here. Open circle at -3. And we're going to go to the left. All right. And we know it goes like this because it's an OR relationship. Okay. So that's the first kind. That's the first kind of problem, right? When it eats the there's two types. There's the OR problem and the AND problem. This is the OR. And once again, we know it's an OR because of this part right here. Because it eats the absolute value. All right. So let's go ahead and try the second problem, and then we're going to be done for the day. So for this problem, remember, step 1 is get the absolute value by itself, right? It's already by itself. Step 2 is determine whether it's an AND and OR relationship. Well, we can actually just look at this, and because it's eating the number, right? Right. Inequality eats number. Therefore, AND relationship. All right, that's all there is to it. That means when we split it up, we're going to have 3x plus 8 less than 5 and 3x plus 8. And you keep the same inequality symbol, right? No, you have to flip the inequality symbol. My bad. I'm sorry, guys. You keep the inequality symbol, and then you just change it to -5. Right? I believe that's the right way to do it. It's been a while. 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me just double check before I go ahead and give you guys all the wrong information, right? Don't want to get you guys confused, so. There we go. All right, so we're doing this one, right? So let's just go ahead and solve it and see what we get. We're gonna get -8, and then you're gonna get, this goes away, and you're gonna get 3x. That's -3 divided by 3. And you're gonna get x is less than -1, and we're also going to get, we're supposed to get -4 and 1/3. Oh, my bad, guys. I messed up. Okay, I did mess up. This should be going this way, right? Because we always flip the signs, right? So right here, we flip the sign, right? So right here, it goes like this and like that. So I forgot to do that part. So instead, this should be going, eating this way. And now we solve. I'm sorry. So now you're going to do -8, -8. You're going to go 3x greater than -14, right? No, 13. You're going to divide by 3 on both sides. And you're going to get x is greater than -13/3. But if we wanted to rewrite that as a mixed number, right? So these could be our answers. But we're going to graph this. You're going to keep this one, right? You're going to keep this one. But you want to rewrite this one as x greater than -4 and 1/3. That way, when we graph it, right, you're going to have 0 here. -4 and a -5. What you're going to do is divide this into 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3. So that's 4. It's going to be open circles. So open circle at 1. Oh, it's thirds. My bad. So we're just going to divide it into thirds. Open circle at -1/3. Open circle at -1. And because it's and, so x is less than this but greater than this, so it should go like this. Right? And you're done. So just remember, Just remember, one thing that I forgot to mention was when you first split it up, you're gonna keep this value, and then when you split it up again, right? So the first one is you're gonna keep this and this, this, and this. But for the second one, you're gonna do this and this. Then you're gonna flip this, the symbol, and then you're gonna put the negative. So basically, flip the inequality symbol when you do the negative part. Okay. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. Good luck. If you have any questions, make sure you stop by our Zoom meetings, and we'll go over any problems you have. All right, guys. Bye bye.